Right, I fitted this control unit motor some time ago to my Tom Senior milling machine. It's just a cheap imported one, and it was extremely cheap. And the figures they give you for the power of it and everything, I'm not sure. I know they do a bigger one than this, but this thing's pretty huge as it is, and it's only a small to medium milling machine, but I have had a lot of trouble with it. And I did strip it when I first bought it for the same problem, and it seemed a lot better when I put it back together, and it's been behaving. It's not behaving anymore. Now what I have noticed, and it could be just me, but this is what observations I've made, is that when the weather's warm or it's been hot in my workshop for quite some time, this works perfectly. Basically, you turn the power on and you pull the handle up. So let's say you want to go down, you go down. You want to go up, you pull the handle up. And basically in here is an armature, and in between it there's a clutch mechanism, and I don't know if you can see that. Let's have a look. Just zoom in a little bit. In there's a worm drive, and that worm drive, I'm sure loads of you have seen these, drives onto that brass ring gear. We'll call that pinion and that the ring gear or the crown, and drives that round, and then drives whatever that shaft is connected to, which is on my milling machine, the Z drive. Some people said these aren't powerful enough to do the Z, and it's a special one. Well, I don't believe that, because when this is working fine, it's really powerful, and no matter how much weight I've got on the bed of my milling machine, this thing drives it perfectly. Doesn't hang or slow down, labour, it just goes up and down. I can go any speed I want, it's perfect. What it doesn't do right, if you put the lever up, which fires the armature up into a slot, and in that pinion, all you've actually got is like a key slot, which you'll see when I strip it down, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to take it apart and have a play with it. But basically, the armature's got a screwdriver slot on the end, flat slot, that's got a flat key slot in it, and it fires it into it, and it grabs it, and away it goes. And it jumps, it'll go bum 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 bum, and it won't catch. It's like a clutch, not catching right, but it's a very primitive type of clutch in that it's a slot and a flat keyway that goes into it. And when it's hot, middle of summer, never fails, up, down, anything. When it's cold, it's as tight as hell, you just don't want to know. And I have to help it with the handle on the milling machine, and it engages and away it goes. Might have a strange logic here, but the logic I'm thinking is that it's full of grease, and the grease in it is thick, horrible stuff, which I noticed the war when I first got it, and I dug a load of it out, but probably not enough. I think it might want washing out completely and lubricating with something like an oil of some sort, or a thinner grease that won't jam up, and I think it's the grease that's doing it. It's either that or there's something in this shuttle that's gone tight or is tight that's making it not fire up quick enough. That's me thinking into it. So it's a strip down, and I remember there were a board in it and a plug and socket, so I have to be careful taking it off. So we're going to strip it. Probably not going to show it all because I've got quite a lot of screws to undo, but what I'm going to do is make a start on it, and probably start by taking the bottom cover off, or maybe not. And maybe take this mechanism off. I know I have to free that switch because I had to do that before. I had to let that switch go so that could fall out, and I have to take this off. So I'm going to do all that. I can't remember for the life of me. Oh, I did it. Allen keys. This switch is not in a position where it should be, but I did some alterations to this. That should be there. On the top of there is there, power feed, up and down, and it was there, but that wouldn't work on my miller machine. It wouldn't go within the parameters of the bed, so I milled a slot in the bottom of there. That's the original one, and I milled a bigger one here, and I moved the roll steel pin that was over here and re-drilled a hole and moved the roll steel pin to there. So that's the parameter the roll steel pin works up to. So that's up and that's down, and that's how it works. Just thought I'd show you. Right, I'm going to carry on stripping it, and I'll come back when I've got a few of the covers off. Don't look any worse for the wear. Right, I've got to strip the bottom screws out of this, and I've got to lift that cover off and then carefully unplug the wires. Yeah. Yeah, that's the buggers.
So there's a plug. It's that one and that one. One, two, well, that don't seem stiff at all. Why is it tight? All I seem to remember that when you operated it, that shot up. And this arm, that's it, that's how it works. This arm is operated by the control lever. That's right. I remember now. I was thinking it would all maybe gummed up with grease, but that is in there. I'm going to see in here. This plug up there. Dangle. Yeah, there's a lot of this thick brown grease. Look at that, it's bloody awful stuff, and it is. It's like treacle. It's not soft. Well, it is soft, but it's very treacle-like, very sticky. And I cleaned a load of this out when I first did this. And I wondered if maybe I hadn't done enough. Pretty yucky crap is that. That in the midway position between there and there would be there. Nip that up. There you go. So this is how it works. Lever operation lifts this platform up and puts tension onto that clutch. Obviously that's got to shoot up if I dare run this. The sprocket's clear, the board's not loose. No. Maybe I need to put bottom back on loosely. Unscrew. If I turn the speed, real low, that shouldn't do anything. If I plug it in. Plug. Why won't it work? Ah no, on it rapid switch. That doesn't matter. Ah. Did we see that? That's floppy now. It's floppy simply because that big spring presses it down against the housing in there. I don't want to play ball. I'm going to artificially press it down so you can see it jump up and down. Very slow, very sticky. It's returning right slow. We know that that shaft all the way through to that big gear underneath comes through that bush. I'm sure the grease in that bush is tight. I'm sure that's what's wrong. It's too slow. Right, I'm going to knock this off for a minute and I'm going to clean this shaft and hopefully this thing will work. Yeah, what drives it up? What drives it up is the sprocket. Take this back off. I believe what drives it up, not damage anything, it's that motor. When that motor operates, it pushes that. As you'll see, if I push down, it should come back down. Well, it might be not because it's not rotating. Yeah, there you go. So So this whole sprocket slides up and down within the bushing in here, and it's tight as a nun's crutch. So I need to clean that out. So I'll knock off for a bit. I'm going to use this sort of stuff, carb cleaner, brake cleaner. I've got some new tins of it, and that does wash all grease away. It's sort of probably as good as acetone or as thin as it'd be. But I've just got to be careful of electrics, don't want to damage out. I want to see that. There you go, look. You see me push that up? It's too tight. Watch. It's too tight as that. I don't want to take the whole thing out to clean the bush out. I tried getting that nut off once before and I gave up because I didn't want to break it. I felt something were going to give, so I didn't. Right, we'll have a good go at cleaning this out and we'll see what happens. Right, I've wedged 2 bits of wood up there. I'm going to try and take this nut off because I can't hold that sprocket. I've tried it, nearly chopped my fingers off. So I've just wedged the 2 little bits of wood up there. Right. What's this? Well, I'm saying success. I don't know whether it's success or not. Just turn this heater off. That suddenly moved a lot easier than before. Well, it still doesn't want to come off. There's no keyway there, so I'm assuming it's on some sort of a square. I wonder if just that little lube that I put on has helped. Try a bit of that were on the carb cleaner with that. Let's try a bit of WD now. See if that'll soak down it. Right, that's freed up no end, so it was gummed up and tight. What's best stuff to lubricate that bush with? I'd like to know. WD-40 is no good, is it? It's only temporary. I want some sort of permanent lube in there. That's free as that is so much freer now than what it was. Still loads of crap on the shaft. don't like driving this round because you're turning a sprocket with all those teeth on against that dog there, which is the armature of this motor. It's a fair old size motor, isn't it, actually? Good size. But yeah, I don't like driving that to that. It's never a good idea. Oh, it's turning a damn sight cleaner than it was. That was really tight before, I couldn't turn it. Well, it were in there, I couldn't turn it at all. There's still crap coming out on that shaft. Come on, lubrication. I'm not going to get it. I don't know though, if I push that up and grease it and push it down. Definitely 100 times better that. Just wish I could get that off. If I knew what type of drive was on there, I'd have an idea of how to get it off. It's rocking on that thread. It's playing it there. I can see the thread not moving and that moving. It's coming off, innit? It's coming off. There. There we go. We're all learning, aren't we? Look at this shite. Sorry, I don't like swearing on YouTube, but it's so annoying. Look at that crap. Bloody hell, even that won't dissolve it. No wonder the flipping thing didn't work right. Oh, when I put it back, it's like a Rolls Royce. And how good are that? Right, I'm going to knock it off. I'll show you before I do. Look at that. Look at that poo. I'm going to knock off, clean it all out, and I'll bring you back while I'm reassembling it. At the same time, I'll try and get something in that bush and give it a good lube up. And we'll see where we go. Look at all these rags, absolutely caked in the bunga. Okay. Right. I managed to get all the crap out of it. Give it a good clean up. And I've used the synthetic oil in there. Now that's free. I've got oil all the way through the bush. Clean the sprocket, get all the gunge off that. Whether that wants lubricating or not, I don't know. And get this do we doing it upside down? Really? Because I've got to get them plugs back on there. Mustn't forget a big spring. Stay there. Right, this has to be set in the middle. Handle wants to be there. So that's there, there. There to there, about there. Try again. Come on, where are you? Well, the light still works. That's power on. No, it doesn't work. Or does it? Have we got speed right down? Here we have. You hear the click? That's the clutch going in.
Right, I better plug it in. Here goes. That's a lot better. That is a lot better. I'm happy with that. Right, I can put that switch back on. That's your limit switch. Yeah, and it works one way, of course. That must be for down. Right, I'll put that back on. Result, chaps. Well pleased. Not the quietest thing in the world. So you can go down quite slow with them. lifting table. Yeah, I can't remember how much that was, but it wasn't a lot of money. Well, it was a lot of money. I think it was something like, what, 137 quid. The kit they wanted, I mean, I made all this, and if you look on YouTube, you'll see a video I did of how I made this and how I adapted this collar and everything and made it all fit on here. I think it were listed for a Bridgeport, and I think it were listed for a Bridgeport as a X-axis drive, and I've got it as a Z. Okay, because my next job is to do a review on the Tom Senior, which is this. I thought I'd better get it working right before I did a review on it, otherwise it'd look stupid, wouldn't I? Right, I'm going to put the limit switch back, and that's it. This is little video done.